Welcome to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm Lisa Workman with the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, it is October, and with that, we know the town is buzzing about our Taste of Fergus Falls. We have sold out of tickets. They've been sold out in 6 days, but we're looking for ways that the community members can get involved. And one of those ways is by donating something, whether it be a bottle of wine, bottles of craft beer, some sort of gift certificate, a handmade item. These items are all very much appreciated, and we use them for our silent auction, our mystery wheel, and of course our famous wall of wine. And this year we're going to do a bunch of beer. So if you'd like more information on how you can get involved in some form or fashion with the Taste of Fergus Falls, give us a ring at the Chamber office at 736-6951. Well, joining us on the show today will be Bobby Batesole with Surf Pro of Douglas and Ottertail counties. She's going to tell us a little bit more about disaster cleanup or just general cleanup and maybe some restoration tips. So stay tuned. You're going to want to hear these stories coming up.
Park Region Telephone and Ottertail Telcom brings faster internet, better service, and more affordable options to your home, and we're the perfect choice for your business too. Our reliable internet meets your demands and your budget, and our phone packages deliver the options and calling features you need. Whether you're a small, home-based company or a huge internet retailer, our large fiber network with 24/7 support is the perfect solution. Connect your business to what matters. Call Park Region Telephone and Ottertail Telcom today.
Well, welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm joined today by one of our, well, not new chamber members, but one of the new folks that people are seeing around in the community. Bobby Batesole is here from Surf Pro of Douglas and Ottertail counties. So, Bobby, glad to have you on the show. You've been out visiting in the community and making some connections, and we're just happy to have you on our show today. So, welcome.
Thank you. We are thrilled to be part of the Ottertail County community and working and serving Fergus Falls, as well as the neighboring towns.
So tell me a little bit about your role with Surf Pro.
Okay. Well, first of all, Surf Pro is a premier water and fire cleanup and mitigation company. And while you could never market disaster, people do need to know what
happens when.
What to do. And so my role as a marketing rep with Surf Pro of Douglas and Ottertail counties is to help people to know we are available. We are available 24/7 in case of disaster, water, fire, disaster. We are available to serve on a moment's notice, and we're local. We do have the franchise for Douglas and Ottertail counties, so getting out and helping people to get that name in mind will help them better to know who to call. So I'm seeing insurance agents,
sure,
adjusters, realtors, property managers, facility managers, maintenance supervisors, people who know right away when there's a crisis they can call.
Right, and a lot of those folks too may have their own maybe local team for maybe janitorial service or their own maintenance team, but again, there are some of those situations that you may encounter that are well beyond your normal vacuum and dusting and change a light bulb situation.
It is absolutely true. You know, part of my training was riding with the production crew and also riding with our owner when he goes to assess a situation, say an insurance adjuster or a client just calls panicking. 100% of people, when we get there, say the same phrase, "I didn't know what to do."
Right.
You come home from work and your dishwasher is suddenly leaking through your subfloor, your laminate is cupping, the sheetrock in the den below is ruined. You don't think about those things.
Normally bathtub was left running.
That happens in hotels. Hotels have a lot of need for services because of things like that. And there it affects more than one room. It affects many rooms and the real revenue of the place. So Surf Pro really is a restoration company first. They really want to restore it, and one of the mottos you may have heard in our advertising is like it never even happened. So before tearing apart, we will test. They will be sure we can use the science of drying to get it as dry as possible, and we can provide the data that it is back to the way it should have been.
Well, and I think too, you know, with it being rainy for a few days, sometimes homes or businesses or even the chamber office develop leaks and things where the water eventually finds its way into the home. And that's something that you guys can, well, it's not just fixing where it's dripping.
No, there are monitors that can actually test how far the moisture has gone into your floor, into your walls, how much might need to be cut out, where we do need to dry. And then during the drying process, they have these fancy tools, which has been fun for me to see. And one is called a thermohygrometer. It is a handheld tool, and it measures not only temperature, but humidity. And so as they're drying, they're monitoring on a regular basis every day. Do we have the right dehumidifiers in place? Do we have the right amount of fans? And there is a formula to know what we should place and then how we remove it as the air is dry and the surfaces are dry.
Right.
So it's really interesting.
And like you said, they can be, your team can be called in for anything, like you said, from maybe a dishwasher, bathtub, or maybe a septic.
Yes.
Up or that type of thing. I would imagine, they've got some interesting tools for that too.
Well,
or gear.
there is biohazard cleanup, and then you do have to be very careful. And I think I've even providing a picture of one of our crew members, Jason, going in to clean up a biohazard, because when your septic backs up or a lift station fails because of a power outage, you've got what's called black water, and that is very dangerous.
Sure.
And so you don't want to be messing with that. Not only is there a spread of mold, but serious bacteria and serious infection.
And that's where it's really important to bring in the professionals.
That's right.
You guys not only have the gear to protect your production team, as you mentioned, but also the tools to measure to make sure things are drying properly.
Correct.
That they are thoroughly drying, because sometimes it's, again, you might notice a water spot in one area, but it travels throughout the
Oh
home.
my, yes. It really does. And that can lead to mold very quickly in 24 to 48 hours too if you're not careful. So even if you're having that kind of a musty, funky smell, mold puts off those smells
stink.
to let you know. Sometimes you smell that in a basement or a darker, dank kind of area of your home. But mold can grow very quickly, and it travels quickly. Mold just isn't something suddenly that happens. Mold is everywhere. It can come in on our shoes, this mold spores on our shoes,
Sure.
come in on our pets, come in through your open windows, through your air conditioner, HVAC system. But when the conditions are right, then it will grow. And
I would imagine.
And it's interesting to note that there are two kinds of basic mold. There's many kinds of mold, but two varieties, the aerobic and the anaerobic. That some needs oxygen, some doesn't need oxygen.
Isn't that crazy?
But certainly when the water is a factor, boom.
It
And
takes
that's,
over.
Right, so that's when, and ServPro not only has the training and the skills and the equipment to keep the production team safe, but ways to keep the family safe and the right cleaning materials
Take care
to
of
do
that.
the job. Yeah.
So now, in addition to serving the local area, whether it's homeowners or businesses, you guys have had some teams help out in some of the hurricane areas.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
Wow, we had 6 people and 3 trucks go down to Hurricane Harvey area in Texas, and they worked for about 3 weeks. Wow, you talk about total devastation. A little water problem here is one thing, but they had in their wonderful homes up to 2 feet of water. Imagine at your home, if you're not even near the water, like as near as some would expect some flooding, but because of the flooding in the whole community, 2 feet of water. So the sheetrock had to be cut up 4 feet. Counters had to be taken out. Cupboards had to be taken out. Flooring had to be ripped up. It was a labor-intensive and emotionally intensive time for the crew, and they're back now. They've gotten some good experience, and we'll have some stories to tell as they rest and recover and we have time to meet. But
Definitely. Well,
and
thanks to them, and thanks to Trevor for sending crew down there to help out where it was needed, even more so than here.
it was really nice. Our franchise was a year old in June, and so we are a newer franchise, but ServPro has been around for over 40 years, and there are about 1,700 franchises across the nation. So in case of any community having emergency, I hope we never have one here.
Sure.
But if that was the case, ServPro has disaster teams available, and we can call, hundreds of teams if necessary. I never want that to happen.
Right.
But they do work together, and there is a system, a uniform system. The ServPro model works well.
And that's like you said, a lot of folks when they call say, how did this ever happen, or I didn't I didn't think something like this would ever happen, or it's not something that you plan for, but just knowing who to call, I think, is one of the most important.
It really is true, and some simple things we can all try to be safe. We can not put our grill close up to the house when you're grilling. We clean up from fires because of that. I didn't know lawnmowers caught fire in garages. I mean, things happen.
Yep.
Insurance agents know much more of this than I know, and I'm really surprised. I've been fortunate thus far, but making sure your gutters are clean before winter, so there's a place for the water to go instead of up under your shingles and down into your walls. Yeah. Trying to clear off so those ice dams aren't going to be appropriate. Having your furnace ready for winter. An oil burning furnace can backfire quickly, and it's called a puff back, but suddenly your house is full of soot.
Yeah, and it's gross.
Yes.
We've had that happen years and years ago at an old house, and
so those are things to remember. But if you have a problem, give ServPro a call. We're available 24/7.
Sure. Anything else we should talk about, Bobby, when it comes to ServPro of Douglas and Otter Tail counties?
Well, in addition to cleaning up for disasters, we also are available to do commercial cleaning. We have done construction cleaning in commercial projects. We can clean your upholstery. If there's a deep cleaning project that needs to get accomplished and you don't have the time or the energy to do it, we can come and bring a crew and get it done for you quickly. You're getting ready to sell your home. We can deep clean before you stage it. We can clean walls, floors, furnishings. You're buying a home. You want to get that old flooring ripped out. You want to get it cleaning before you bring in the crew to put your new things in. We can do those kinds of things as well.
So you're available whether it's an emergency or planned or just a thorough cleaning. You guys are the experts for it. So
we are. ServPro can make it like it never even happened, and we are faster to any size disaster.
Faster to any size disaster. I like that. So just watch for the little green trucks.
Oh yes, and you'll see me driving around. Wave when you see me.
Well, wave to Bobby. Well, sounds good. Thanks so much for joining us on the show today, Bobby.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. We'll be back after a short break.
How does this work?
Just set your baseline goal resistance, interval durations, pulmonary range, caloric burn, and incline variance.
Tired of everything being so difficult?
How do I slow it down?
At Park Region Telephone and Otter Tail Telecom, we make things easy. Like our multi-room HD DVR. One button lets you easily record a single show or an entire series. Build your own custom library to watch on any TV in your home. Park Region Telephone and Otter Tail Telecom. It's all about you.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Find It in Fergus Falls, and we want to thank our guest today, Bobby, with ServPro of Douglas and Otter Tail counties. Look for the little green truck driving around Fergus Falls area, and they're there to help you out. If you want to find out more about all of our chamber members, check out our website at fergusfalls.com, and if you're looking for fun things to do in and around the community, click on our events calendar, also found at fergusfalls.com. I'm Lisa Workman. This has been Find It in Fergus Falls, and we'll see you again next week.